Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today on Broadcasting with Brittany. That's me. I'm Brittany, broadcasting from my home in Maryland. This week, I wanted to reach out to some people in the community and talk to them about what conflicts they're experiencing due to this coronavirus pandemic. So first, I talked to Paige, a student from New Jersey, about her experience at home.
Hi, my name is Paige. I'm a senior at the University of Maryland, and this is how the coronavirus has affected me. I'm actually home in New Jersey right now, which has been quite the adjustment because normally I'd be at school, going to class, going to practice, doing whatever, but now I'm home majority of the day with my mom, dad, and older brother. It hasn't been perfect. There's been a couple of conflicts, so I'll give you one example of a conflict and kind of how we dealt with it, I guess. So I bought a case of White Claws for my brother and I to share. At least I thought we would have equally shared them. Turns out my brother drank majority of them. I didn't know that though until I opened up the fridge and noticed that a lot of them were missing when I expected only 3 or 4 to be missing, but there was like 8 missing. I only had 2, so I was doing the math in my head and I was like, wow, Jake really drank most of the White Claws and he didn't really share them with me. So I was kind of annoyed by that, and I kind of gave him an attitude because, hey, we gotta share, especially times like this. You gotta ration, you gotta call ahead to even pick up your alcohol. You can't just go in the store anymore. So obviously that's a pretty silly example of a conflict, but nonetheless we had some butting heads, and luckily we talked it out, and next time he's gonna buy them for me, but yeah.
Well, first off, Paige, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. It seems as though she was embodying an anger out sort of technique where she was quick to blame her brother for the missing White Claws. However, luckily they did come to a constructive resolution that seemed fair to both of them. Although it worked out for Paige, it seems to be a common trend that situations within households are causing conflicts all over the country, a more upscale conflict being that of domestic violence in a quarantine environment. So Talkspace.com states that 3% of people in the United States experience domestic violence per year. So it's very important to just be aware of the resources that are available for these people in need. And it's also just good to learn strategies as to how to handle these different sort of conflicts you might run into during this time. So now let's hear from Tiffany about conflicts in the workplace during this time.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Lang, and through this pandemic, I've been dealing with some issues because I work with a real estate photography company, and I guess real estate is considered essential, so I've still been going to houses and having to take photos of other people's homes, even with everything going on. And in the beginning, it was a little bit weird. There were a few situations there for a while where I would show up and there would be a large amount of people in the house, like a whole family, infants, grandmothers. I even had to go to an apartment complex for the elderly. So that made me really uncomfortable just because, I could be a carrier and not be aware. So a lot of things like that were a little bit strange in the beginning. So, after coming home and talking to my family, I did send my boss a text about just that people aren't really paying attention to making things easy and safe for us. So that next week though, they sent out an email to all of their clients and the real estate agents and the homeowners and everything for our upcoming shoots. And since then, things have been very safe, very easy to work around. If the homeowner is at home, they'll wait outside for me to finish, and everyone's very good about wearing the masks and everything. So we're making progress, and hopefully it doesn't have to last too much longer, but everything did kind of get a little better there. So still working and trying to make the most of it.
Thank you, Tiffany. I would definitely feel extremely uncomfortable if I were in that position too. You definitely don't want to be the one to give someone else the infection or obviously get it yourself. But I love how she used the STLC strategy in order to overcome this conflict. She stopped, didn't say anything in the moment. She came home, talked to her family, thought more about what her goals were and what the conflict was really centered around, and then reached back out to her employer, and they obviously found a very accommodating solution that fit both of them and made sure everybody was safe, the customers, the employees. So listening to their conflicts got me thinking about any issues that I've run into over the past month or so. And so one personal example that I thought of is when I go out for runs with my dad or with my sister, and we pass someone on the street who gives us a dirty or judgmental look. One particular time, a lady had some not so nice words to say as we passed by about how we were not social distancing with each other. However, since we lived in the same household and we don't social distance inside, I didn't find it necessary for the three of us to social distance outside as well. But either way, whoever was right or wrong, this pandemic is causing conflicts of people just out in the public because everyone's so afraid of contamination. I'm not gonna lie, I should probably take some advice from Paige and Tiffany about how they're dealing with conflict, because I definitely engaged in some competitive conflict resolution in these situations by trying to prove that I was right to the stranger and that they were wrong. So anyway, here's one more clip from Paige that I thought might be interesting to share.
Hi, my name is Paige Novak. I am a senior from New Jersey, and I'm home right now in New Jersey because of the coronavirus pandemic, which is
Although I believe this clip is more of a blooper of Paige's original video, it does display another kind of conflict I believe people are experiencing right now, which is privacy. Now that everybody's home all day and young adults are back living at home, the issue of privacy from siblings, parents, or roommates is causing plenty of conflicts. So Insider.com suggests that setting guidelines and boundaries with whoever you're living with can help to reduce tensions. Some of these boundaries can include certain times of the day in which you want to be left alone, who's making dinner on what days, and how the common room areas are to be used from a day-to-day basis. Insider also suggests that communicating issues early on will be crucial to effective communication and conflict resolution during this time. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining. Stay safe out there, kids.